Hello there, welcome back to Farm Together. Now today this has been, someone asked me about this, about landscaping in this game. And I wasn't sure if you meant like how to arrange towns and buildings or if it was actually landscaping, gardens and stuff. I mean, putting down trees here and there just breaks up the monotony of this, big, long expanse of nothing. So I think anytime, especially, in little areas maybe like this, where you're not going to be able to get an even 3x3, grid for planting things, I often use these little spots to put trees in. Wrong button. Now, I don't know how many trees you will have. This is part of the base game, so, that takes up 2 spaces. You can pop that little baby in there. You could put another one, but that seems a little too, I turned a corner. So I probably wouldn't do that, but there is this one. You could pop that one down there, and then you could put something else entirely different here. What do I have? I mean, there you could put a bench. You could just say, this is a little place to sit. You could put a light. You could put in something like that. And it's just when you're standing back, if you've got these dotting the entire property, it just gives a little, adds some greenery. There's never a downside to this. I think you pop trees in where other things don't fit is just par for the course for me. I am seriously about to lose my voice. However, if you're actually talking about landscaping, if you're looking at, say, let's get a house. Just take any old house. Let's grab a house. This is one right here, easy to pick up. We'll pick that up. If we want to turn this into, a yard, we've got a house, we want a property around it. How are we going to make this look good? I would say let the style of the house be a part of your guide. I'm not sure. This is kind of a casual. It's a farmhouse. Would I put a very formal garden? A formal garden is going to have everything even. If you've got a big tree on one side, you're going to have a big tree on the other side. Let's see. That one is maybe too big. We're going to grab this. If we put, if we want to go with something formal, if we put one here, we're going to put one over here. We could put a pathway directly down the center. You know what? Let's just do it. I'm not going to be putting up fencing and stuff because it's too hard to move it and replace it, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do all the details, but we will talk about some basic stuff. There we go. So you know what? We can run a path down the center if we wanted to do something like that. We could build some sort of little square. Actually, what do you mean? We could. We will. We're going to put 2 on that side. We're going to put 2 on this side. And when things are even, they're always going to look formal. They're going to look like this is a garden that was planted by somebody to look a specific way. And if that's what you want, formality can be really nice. So in this case, you're going to have things looking very even, and I did not make that a square. I fail. That is not actually what I wanted to do. So pay attention there, Eva. You can do it, sunshine. You're going to put one over here, and you put it here, and you're going to put it here. It's getting confused. It's okay. You're going to be fine. And then we're going to do this. Now, in a formal situation, we could always run a garden out here too. Let me see. Yeah, so as I was saying, and that, it is set public. This one has always been set public, but we could do something like that. And as we do this, we're creating other spaces. Take a note of that. Now, if we did something like this, then we could put a fence around the whole thing, and we would have a space here across this area. We'd have a space there, and we have another space there. If we're going for a formal garden, what might we put in it? A fountain? There is a fountain some darn place in this game. I know there is. I have seen it. I have used it. Actually, I think there's a couple of them. I haven't used one in a long time. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. That would make a difference. This does not feel like a formal fountain. It's bright, it's colorful, but it's not what I would think of as a formal setting. And I think there is another, and that's not exactly either because it has a fish on it, but it's not too bad. And this one, see, I did wrong. The other one I had would have been better. Well, this kind of blows. Okay, so what am I going to do about that? I'm not going to put a fountain there. But if you set the spaces right, oh God, I messed up. A fountain would have been excellent there, but we can't do that unless we move everything, and I'm not prepared to move everything. I mean, you could put anything. You could say that's my centerpiece. A statue would be excellent for something like this as well. And then around it, you're going to either want to put plants. Now you can put these flowers in, which is absolutely fine. I just find because they will have a harvest season and you'll always have that little item on top of it, a lot of times I don't use those. I will use, if I can find them, is it this one? I think it's this one. I will use something like this because when you put them together, they connect. And then I could make, again, a flower bed around this and give it that sense of balance and that sense of formality. Now, I think Brussels sprouts is as great as they may be for quill, might not be the proper plant for this setting. So I'm going to make sure it's selected, and then I'm going to click on it. And when I click on it, I get a lot of options, and I can put, these are all items I have picked up from events, none of which really feel right for, although, the fern might be. No, the fern's not big enough. And the flowers, now, again, sizes of flowers. Some flowers are more formal than others. You could go for a very formal look with some of the roses. What am I doing wrong? Is it done? Yes. Okay, so you just select it and it's there. Now, these are what they're called a standard rose. It's been forced to grow into a tall pile. And then... it's got all the bushes on top. They need constant attending. It shows everybody that you're so rich that you can afford to have a gardener look after these all the freaking time. Okay, that's what these are all about. Or you could do something like this. Where's the ones I had before, guys? The Edelweiss is what this is, and I think they're just beautiful. I love these little plants in real life too. They don't actually look just like this, but they're quite pretty. And you won't have quite as many plants as I do. You won't have all those weird things on top. You're going to have all the rest of this. Vegetables on top, flowers on the bottom. Where are those white ones? There we go, like that. And like so. And some colors feel more formal than others. White, it can often feel quite formal. White and pastels, deep greens, evergreen plants, shrubs, things like that often can feel very formal. That center tree is really not feeling right to me, so I'm just going to recycle that baby. And then you've got that spot again. Like I said, a statue or something would be quite nice, but I don't know that I've got anything in this game that would fit, a gold column because I got more gold than you. I don't know. This is kind of cute. I'm not sure that it feels formal exactly. It's cute, and that was from one of the events as well. Something I don't even remember what it was. I have no idea. You know what? I'm just going to put another one of these earth trees, which you get on Earth Tree Day, which I believe Earth Day is coming up too, right? So this will be something you can get very soon. Oh, and then the pot of gold, of course, which I think is absolutely brilliant to have. So This is starting to feel, this would be a formal garden. Now, are there hedges? Are there hedges in this game? There must be hedges. Oh yeah, here we go. I think I've used these before. In a case like this, you could use hedges along the outside here to form something like so. And then within that space, you can add more of those planters. Like I said, I like the planters because you can put pretty much anything in them that you've got in the game, and you don't have to worry about seeing the harvest symbol on top. So it makes it kind of pleasant. I use those quite a lot. Now there's 3 round ones. There is a blue, green, and yellow, I believe, and then the square one is the one that connects up so nicely. I don't think the others do. I honestly don't remember. I am sure I've tried it. I don't remember. Like so, and like so. So now this is becoming absolutely a formal garden, and it feels like a formal garden. Now some of these street lamps that you find in the fencing, you can see this one will give you 2. It'll have one on either side of the path is what you're going to get here, and you could do something like this to light the whole thing up if you wanted. I was actually thinking about just putting a single light in that back corner, but this works too. This will be fine. As you enter the place, and it's lit up for nighttime. And this is totally not the correct garden for that house. Okay, this is not good. I'm gonna lose my voice today. This is I don't think these connect, but let's try it and make sure. What if I'm wrong? No, I didn't think so. Okay, so we're going to recycle this. Yes, be gone with you. You can go too. And I wouldn't use a different color, even if they had connected, because quite frankly, a formal garden, there's going to be a lot of continuity throughout the place. If I've used it there, I'm going to use it here. The things that don't match are going to be things that you specifically want to stand out. And in this case, would I go with white again? Wrong button. I might, or I might do something like a white here and a white here. And just to give a hint of something else that's going on, what would look nice, and what would that do? Not even. And you just click and choose and it goes. You don't have to worry about stuff. And actually there, how about that for a color? Here, a blue wisteria plant. So we've got the white that carries over from the other place, and that makes it work pretty well. And then we've added a splash of color, but again, we want to be even. Okay, you don't, and with a formal garden, you don't often see a lot of deep reds and hot oranges and those sorts of colors. It tends to be a little quieter, a lot of green, a lot of hedges, a lot of that kind of thing. And we could actually, let's just try some things. What are we gonna do? And do I have something else that might fit in that back? I mean, we could put a light. Actually, I like, that light better. I mean, we could do something like this. Again, not for this house. In the game-wise, that's a stone column. A statue would be better. This isn't really, I don't know. Not because I don't think a statue or something should go there, but because that particular one it's not enough. It really isn't. Yeah, whatever. It's not exciting. It's rather uninspiring. A yellow submarine. That's what my garden is. No, I'm lying. I just don't go there. Just don't go there. Now, maybe here we could add, a different set of trees. Lots and lots of green. Maybe in here, do we want more? How would that look? Oh, that's kind of pretty. Just a nice green. Yeah, it's spinach, but you know, do I care? No, I don't. Right now, it's a green foliage plant, so, which it is. It totally is, right? It's a green foliage plant. So this is going to make actually quite a nice little formal garden. So I'm going to put that in. We'll finish this up. So this is one style. If you're looking to create something, and you don't have to do a whole garden, you could do this at a much smaller scale and say the pathway up to my house has plants even on each side. That will give a certain formality to the place. Now, part of it will depend on the plants you use. Like I said, if you're using a lot of, you know, hot reds, really, you know, blazing tropical oranges and things like that, it's not going to feel as formal. It will be, but not as much. So in terms of landscaping, if, you know, there's a thing, right? So we might as well just finish this up. We'll put that into more little spinach. There's probably better plants for this. Actually, I'm wondering if the potato plant might be better. Some of the veg are really pretty. They're quite nice, the plants on them. I would probably prefer something a little taller right here, but, you know, you get to pick the ones that you like anyway, so it doesn't matter. But a formal garden will see, you know, there'll be a lot of green space. There might be a fair bit of lawn. You might have had this, just the center part here, and then the pathway going out, and you know, a quite big lawn areas are on each corner, and then the little bits at the end to kind of fence it all in. But this would be a formal garden. Even numbers, things balanced, a certain amount of continuity running through the place, lots of greens, hedges, statues, fountains, that sort of thing is going to give you quite a formal look. So I'm going to end this one because, man, I have talked myself stupid doing way too much house flipper today because I was just, man, it flew. I did 2 recordings that ended up like in the 40-minute range because I don't know when to shut up. So instead of confusing everybody, this will be a formal garden. So have a look at that, think about it. I will talk about a more casual layout. I'll be talking about how to do maybe like your back garden, maybe where to put plants and stuff in a town, because I will be setting up my town here. So as I do that, I'll be talking about building placement, how to make it convenient, how to make it actually functional. And of course, let me remind you, I'm no expert at all this. I'm telling you what works for me. And when it comes to gardens, I do know a little bit, possibly more than, you know, everybody. But I mean, there's like a lot of everybody's that know a lot more than I do. But I know enough to just, you know, this is cute, right? Now I'm going to have to tear this down. I actually quite like it. Maybe this is going to be the center of my town. You know what? You guys have maybe just decided where my town's going to be, and this is going to be the village green. I may be building right around that because I kind of like it. Until I see you next time, guys, where I talk about something less casual. Live your life happy. Build it beautiful. This one's for you, Zima. Bye-bye.